New games, new signings, a couple of upsets. Hey, let's talk football. All right, guys, welcome back. We are excited to just come back, chat it up about it. I'm a little late today, but I know we did already have a game, but I want to take some time, of course, to come in and talk about the latest rumors, latest soccer games that happened yesterday at the World Cup. So just to go ahead and guys and let's get started. Let's get started. So as as always, we're gonna talk about the rumors and news first, and then we're gonna hop in to what happened in the games. Okay, so after yesterday's Brazil versus Haiti game, um, Haiti has become the first national team that has been eliminated from the World Cup. We do have a couple more that are officially eliminated, but they were the first ones. It was unfortunate, and with the new rules that FIFA is doing for the World Cup, the last game, in regards to, like, let's say that they win and and they somehow make a goal differential, it does not matter anymore because they lost the head on head match. So I think I can dive a little deeper on how that's gonna work in another video. But as of the yes, or not yesterday, I guess for you guys it's like 2 days ago now. Haiti has been the first official team that has been eliminated from the World Cup. Following up, guys, in the transfer news, Casemiro, who has just left Manchester United after a couple of years there, has decided to join Inter Miami. He is the newest player to become part of the selective list of players that have played with both Cristiano Ronaldo and or rather will play with Lionel Messi. So I do not have exactly how much that they're going to be signing him for just yet, but Casemiro is officially with Inter Miami. I believe everything will be announced officially once the World Cup has ended. Following up, guys, Liverpool are looking to make John Diamande from Ivory Coast their next big signing. So they had already submitted a formal offer for 100 million this past week to Leipzig, but Leipzig denied the offer. But it looks like Liverpool are really set on having this player. So that being said, it's looking that they're about to submit a second offer worth of about $115 million. Will Leipzig give up their player? We're not really sure. He is a very talented young star, and I also want to say that he has been one of the standout players for Ivory Coast so far in this tournament. Rafinha might be out of the World Cup. As everybody knows, during the game versus Haiti, Rafinha suffered an injury on his leg. It is reported that he might have re-injured the thigh injury that has been setting him back basically the whole season. He has struggled a lot with that injury throughout the season, and although everybody's saying that he has already been ruled out of the remainder of the World Cup, Brazil will not send him home. They actually are hoping that he might be able to recover and he might be ready and set by the time that the round of 16s comes into play. All right. But in the worst case scenario, if this injury is a lot worse than what we all think it is, this could be an injury that could take up to 12 weeks for him to recover. But, nothing but the best for Rafinha. He's a very talented player, and I hope that the rumors as well of Barcelona wanting to get rid of him also are not true, because I think he deserves a lot. He has given a lot to Barcelona, but at the end of the day, business is business. Barcelona, as everybody knows, they need the money. So, looking for all the best for Rafinha, and hope for a speedy recovery. So Real Madrid came out yesterday and made a public statement in regards to all the rumors that are going on about them and Michael Olise. So if you guys have not been keeping up, there has been reports that Real Madrid already has a verbal agreement set with Michael Olise. But Real Madrid came out and made a statement saying that they have not had any contact with Michael Olise because of the fact that they have a good working relationship with Bayern Munich. They have had a lot of previous transactions before. I think one of the most notable ones has to have been Toni Kroos whenever he left Bayern Munich to join Real Madrid. Same thing whenever they sent James Rodriguez on loan over there at Bayern Munich, and so on and so forth. I'm sure there's a lot more. Those are just the first ones that come into mind. But Real Madrid wanted to make a public statement just because they don't want to ruin any sort of working relationships that they have with Bayern Munich for now or in the future. But it is stated that Michael Olise is, in fact, the player that Florentino Perez wants the most, is his latest Galáctico that he has set his heart to. So I think that this is going to be a continuing chapter going on. We might have more to talk about within the next coming days or weeks. For all we know, this is something that might become completed once the World Cup is officially finished, and things might just steam up after that, okay? So we're just going to put a pin on that, and we're going to talk about that later. In the latest news, guys, Capo Verde's goalie Vasinya. This is unrelated but related news, guys. His mom has officially made it to Miami. He was able to get her visa approved now that he has the finances for it, and she will be present to watch his son play the second match that Capo Verde have. So those are good news. I think everybody knows that that was one of the heartfelt moments at the fact that whenever he stopped, he became that wall against Spain, that, you know, he was in tears afterwards, and, you know, all the different news came out about him not being able to, you know, to just have his family present. So congratulations, Vasinya. I hope that this is a boost for you and you keep holding down that wall against the opponents that are coming up. All right, guys, so we are now here at the World Cup games. So let's start off with one of the games that I expected a lot from after the way that the first round of games went on, which was Sweden versus Netherlands. So Netherlands in their first game tied 2-2 with Japan. Sweden actually, I want to say they won 4-1 if I'm correct. I apologize if my memory is a little foggy. There's just been so many games, but 5-1 victory today by Netherlands. And I want to say that I expected a lot more from Sweden after the first game that they had. But if there's anything that I can say, especially about this game, is that Netherlands came out to prove themselves against the critics. It was heavily stated that people think that Netherlands are going to be one of the more disappointing teams in this tournament. And after the first game, you know, when they let that two goal lead end up in a tie, people already felt like this was something that was going to be an issue. But Netherlands came out today and made a statement. And there's a couple of different players that we want to, you know, shout out for the way that they played today. So the first goal was scored by Brian Broby at the 5th minute, which was a great collective play, and it came from a great run and assist from Gakpo from that left wing. Then it led to a second goal at the 17th minute. Once again, it was a great play that between the team. But one of the players that we want to highlight, even though that he didn't score, has to be the potential new signing of Real Madrid, Denzel Dumfries. He had a beautiful cross from the right side and went straight to Broby. But that is not where Dumfries ends, because in the 74th minute, Gakpo scored the next goal, yet again with another cross from Denzel Dumfries. Beautiful assist. I think that he brings a lot to the attacking, and this Netherlands team just really linked well with him on that side. But Gakpo did not stop there. He scored at the 54th minute. He just left the defender where he was at. He was going left and then he cut right, and the defender just didn't have what it took at that moment to stop him, and he had a cheeky goal towards the bottom left corner. And at that point, it was 4-0 until Anthony Elanga scored the first and only goal for Sweden in the 59th minute, where he actually beat 3 defenders with his run to score. But Netherlands didn't want to leave it there. So at the minute 89, it was just a beautiful, beautiful goal from Summersville to just seal the win for Netherlands. That being said, guys, that to me, this game was really decisive just to let me know that Netherlands are officially a team to keep an eye on and to fear. The way that they played today was just very great, very cohesive. I think that they work all well together. A lot of great passing. Yeah. So keep an eye out for them, guys. Who knows how far they can go in this tournament. Following up, guys, we also have Germany versus Ivory Coast. So this game, I think, was one of the more head-on matches. My heart was really in there for Ivory Coast, and to be honest, I really felt like they could have won this game. Germany is just a strong team. They have a strong bench as well, and that was proven whenever Undaf came in. He was subbed in at the 60th minute, and he ended up scoring both goals. First, the tying goal and the deciding goal at the 94th minute to give Germany the official spot in their group to have clinched to the round of 32. So those are 2 wins already for Germany. They have 6 points. It's official. But I don't want to not talk about what Ivory Coast did, because one, of course, Frank Kessié scored the first goal at the 30th minute, but they really brought a challenge to Germany and what they did. Honestly, if you want to be really straightforward about it, it could have been a really good game where Ivory Coast could have won. But Germany is a tower to go against. So I definitely don't want to say that Ivory Coast is finished. They have one more game and they're going to go against Curaçao. I think that this is going to be a really good match coming up. But nonetheless, Ivory Coast do have already 3 points. So they are in second place. And truly, the next game is going to be more for deciding who's going to end in that 3rd position and in the 4th position, which leads on to talk about what are the last game of yesterday, which was Ecuador versus Curaçao. This is really interesting to me because Ecuador was one of the best teams in South America during the eliminations, okay? Ecuador ended in 2nd place. They were one of the more physical teams, goal-scoring teams, everything, okay? Curaçao, everybody knows what happened to Curaçao. They lost their first game in a way that nobody wants to lose. A 7-1 loss. But the way that they played last night, they showed that their defense, and whenever they truly put their heart into what this game is, they can go against anybody. Which I think I spoke about it last week, that whenever they were 1-1 with Germany, you felt as if they could do it all. So with that growth and confidence after yesterday's match, there's a lot riding on the line in the last match. Ecuador has a very tough game against Germany, and Curaçao has a very tough game against Ivory Coast. We already know that the point system for this 3rd place is not going to be the same. It's not going to be a goal differential. So even if, let's say that the next game both teams lose, it's not going to be based strictly on the fact that, hey, I got scored 7 on and so on. This is now the official head-to-head. And once again, Ecuador has a really tough job because they're going to go against Germany. I think that the only thing that could benefit Ecuador right now is the fact that Germany really doesn't have anything to play for in this match. If anything, if they want to just finish with the 9 points, they could, but they're not going to lose anything. Curaçao has a tough game as well. This is a really interesting one to me because I would really love to see both of the teams going, and I dare to say that I didn't expect this team to become El Grupo de la Muerte. This has really been a tough one because in my bracket, I actually had Germany and Ecuador being top two, and then third place was going to be Ivory Coast. But that's the one thing about the World Cup, guys, that everything is not what you expect. There's so many unexpected things that happen, and that's what the beautiful game is all about. So that being said, guys, we are caught up with what happened last night. We do have a couple more games today. I'm pretty sure one already happened, which was Spain beating who did they go against? Oh yeah, Saudi Arabia. They beat them 4-0. But as tradition, I'm gonna go ahead and just talk about what the games we have today, and of course I'll talk a little bit further about the Spain game in tomorrow's video, just as a recap of what all went down. But as always, Panini book. So today what we have in stock is, oh, hold on, wait a second, I didn't talk about one specific game. Sorry, I guess I forgot to write it down in my notes, but Japan played last night at midnight. Okay, and everybody who's been listening to this show already knows that Japan has a special place in my heart, and yesterday the way that they played, decisive. I think it's really, I'm sorry for Tunisia. You know, they started off the tournament bad, but Japan is a team to fear. They are fast, they are decisive, and they have goal. You know, they have the ability to score goals. A 4-0 victory by Japan. I don't really want to get too deep into this match just because it's not like they had a very challenging match. I think that they started off great really early with a goal. They had the second goal was a shot from outside the box that honestly Tunisia gave Japan way too much time to score. But it's to be expected because Tunisia lost. They fired their coach and they brought in a new coach. Okay, so what do you expect from this new coach to do in like 4 days, even less? In 4 days to this team that's gonna make things turn around? Nothing's gonna happen, guys. But Japan came out with the win. That is 4 points for Japan now because they tied against Netherlands. But Japan is definitely a team to fear. Okay, so they're tied in first place right now with Netherlands in regards to the points, and we look forward to see how the rest of the group stage is going to go on. But yes, guys, as I said, I'm going to go ahead and talk about what games are today. We already talked about Spain versus Saudi Arabia. We also have Belgium versus Iran, New Zealand versus Egypt, and Uruguay versus Capo Verde. All of these are very exciting matches, guys. I think that the one that we really want to keep an eye out for, of course, we already talked about Spain versus Saudi Arabia. It already happened. But I believe that this Uruguay versus Capo Verde match is going to be key to watch, especially after the great showing that Basinia had. We want to see how they'll be able to follow up with what happened during the first match. I'm excited, guys, but as of now, it's my time to step away. I think there's a game about to start right now. So, as always, guys, thank you very much. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and other than that, peace.